Hello everyone, welcome to the Selkares Wargaming channel for this new replay commentary on Wargame Island Battle. So today I'm going to commentate a 3v3 on Mora. So it's on the NATO side, starting on India and Echo, we have Mokip, Alchenar and Pson. And on the Pact side, on Kilo and Golf, we have Wardance, FIFA 55 and Craven Wolf. So it's Mora, a new map from the last DLC. We are playing, well, they are playing Conquest, 1000 points to go and 50 minutes time limit. Let's go. So quite a different start from both teams. We have a heavy infantry start on this one. Two planes are coming in over here. Napalm planes probably going to bomb the roads. This is a basic strategy, well, a common strategy, I'd rather say, that slows down the enemy in its offensive to try to take the road. This plane is down, but it still manages to burn down some units. In terms of units, what do we have? We have on the left side over here, we have a Canadian deck. Well, apparently we've got a lot of Canadian units. Canadian deck. In the middle we have more of a French deck. We've got VAB units, we've got the VAB units with flamethrower units, so it's the Sapeur in them. We've got the VAB PC, VAB T2013, Legion over here getting slaughtered by the Fire AMX 30 Roland 2, so it's basically a French deck. And on the right side we have a German deck with the Leopard 2A4, the Fuchs Milan, the Marder Roland 2. So it's basically three national decks, Canadian, French and Germans, against two national decks on the other side. We've got a full USSR deck over here, one full Polish deck here for FIFA 55. Apparently, I'm not totally sure, but apparently it looks like so. And in the middle, Craven Wolf has Russian and Polish units, so it's a mixed pack deck. So three national decks, Canadians, French and Germans versus Polish, USSR and mixed deck in the middle, USSR and Polish for now. So it's maybe East German also, so it's really a big mixed deck here, not just limited to two nations. So for a starter, we have a commander on a hotel, one commander on Foxtrot over here, no commanders on both sides of the map, and one big impact in the middle over here. We've got a lot of napalm planes coming in and killing the French Sapeur here, does a lot of damage. The commandos see very good infantry squad, 35 points per squad. It's got a nice AK-74 SU, a nice RPK, and 15 hit points. They are going to slaughter the French Sapeur, which are, well, who are not really good right now. There is probably going to be a patch about them because they aren't really that good for flamethrower units, but for now they are getting slaughtered by the elite Polish forces. So for now the French are just losing the territory in Foxtrot, and it's a bad start for the NATO players. We had a +6 points for the pack, but it's ended. I'm just going to remind you that there is a little display bug for now in the game. It says +6, but as you can see it doesn't go up, so a little display bug for now. The first encounter as well, of course, in Foxtrot. We have also a small attack over here. We've got the Pact players trying to attack and take position into Alpha, but the NATO players are pretty well entrenched. They've already captured the different sectors, well, different urban areas here with the Franzbacher, the Jaegers. They've got some Fuchs also defending, which have a nice little MG3. A few Special Canards are coming in. They may have been detected by the NATO players, we'll see that a bit later. In the middle, still the infantry is starting to move forward. Legionnaires have been sent in, but these guys are in a really bad position. They are totally encircled by commandos here on the right, on the top and on the left. They are in a bad position. They are elite French infantry, but they are only 10 per squad, and they will have some problems against such overwhelming numbers. Two sappers coming in, but they'll get just slaughtered in a matter of seconds. Only one left. This VAB T2013 with its autocannon may help a bit, but not that much. And as you can see, the Legionnaires are already only 20 or 19 now, so it's going to be really hard. The NATO players in the middle are in a bad position. Even if the planes are still coming in trying to hit the commandos here with the bombs, it's quite hard for them to hold against such big squads of infantry. On the left side, we've got a few units here and there. We can still see it's a very big Canadian deck with the Chimera, the Tua with its TOW 2. We've got the ADATs over here. Canadians now have really nice units. The Chimera is one of the new units from the last DLC. A lot of people were just shouting that, oh my god, it's OP. But honestly, it's a very nice unit. 20 armor on the front, 19 AP, 12 accuracy, 20 to 100 meters. But it's still a Canadian-only unit, and to be frank, the lack of turret is a big drawback. It's quite easy to hit it on the flank, and well, it's killed quite quickly. So you have only 4 in your deck, and it's only Canadian, so it's no big deal, to be honest. Little advantage now for the NATO players that are taking the lead. They have +2 thanks to a capture of the Bravo sector. Pact players are reacting, sending in commandos for both Lima and Mike. Once they'll capture that, they'll have a small advantage. No new commandos, I believe, for Delta and Juliet. So for now, it's pretty much a balanced game. The Pact players have taken a small advantage in the middle here. They have taken a bit of the forward buildings here in the enemy on the enemy side. They are advancing with their commandosi, and well, no reinforcements for now, but they are still pushing forward. And I can't see the NATO players pushing them back. The Legionnaires are still very strong, but they are once again totally encircled by the Pact units, commandosi on the right and on the left, and it's gonna be pretty hard for the Legionnaires to survive this this fight right now. Some units are coming in to help. Maybe I don't know which unit this one is, but let's hope for the NATO players it's enough. It's Chasseur for now. The Legionnaires are pulling back from this area. Quite a good decision. Maybe it's just because they are routing. They are pulling back. They are getting slaughtered in the open, but if they manage to survive, they'll be able to destroy this commandos unit, which will put them in a better position. Back on the left side, no real thing to say. The Pact players have taking a nice position in the areas, and they're going to cap over here. A nice balance between two teams, 50 to 32, and this one is captured, putting the Pact team this time +2, and they are capping points and are going to catch up with the NATO players unless this one arrives just in time. So it's going to be a pretty balanced game right now. I'm going to speed things up a bit because nothing is really going on. We still have this little fight in the middle, but that's pretty much it. A nice sniping of commander here by the Pion, and that loses the sector for the NATO players. So they have to send in a M201 PC to recap the sector, allowing the Pact players to have +2 once again in this game, going to 90 and probably 100 points before the new commander arrives. Nice little shelling over here with the RCHA Canadian mortars, no, artillery, sorry, 2300 meters, 20,000 meters. It's not a mortar, it's an artillery piece. So a Canadian artillery sending in some smoke screen over here to allow the other Canadian troops to attack. We've got some Pathfinders, we've got some Leopards C1, nice little tanks here, and we've got some infantry squads coming in trying to take the ground. There are a lot of Pact units, but mostly transport trucks or supply trucks, so they may be able to deal some damage here with the Chimera to our infantry and Leopard C1, even if one of them is killed and the two is killed by the Conquest here. Well, especially one over here, big loss for the Canadian player here, and the NATO players who have once again took a commander, put a commander in the Foxtrot, rebalancing the game, but we still have 120 to 50 points. Nice little advantage for the Pact players in this game right now. Chimera is still going forward, taking a hit, but that's not no big deal. CH-135 coming in, and oh, misses. So that's a 20-point helicopter with a minigun, quite nice, transporting some anti-tank infantry. Van Doos moving forward, and these guys are going to try to take control of the building over here. They are really nice infantry squads, but they may be a bit under, well, not enough to destroy the enemy position. The CH-135 is coming in. They should disembark their infantry. What are they doing? Yeah, they are disembarking, but they are getting hit by the Afghansky over here. They have disembarked their units, but they still crash into the ground. Nice position over here of this chopper. Chopper shooting. And choppers on the ground can still shoot with their weapons. Yes, they can. That's pretty nice, honestly. Highlanders coming in to try to kill the enemy units, but with the Airix. New unit also really powerful anti-tank weapon. So Canadian forces trying to attack a bit here, but they won't go far apparently. They have just captured this building here, but they are getting slaughtered once the smoke is out, and well, the Selkares, the TATA and everything else is just slaughtering the last Vandals present in the area. So little offensive that didn't go well, and the Pact players still control this area. Back on the right side, no real thing to say. The Leopards 2A4 are moving forward. They are trying to kill some stuff, but there's quite a lot of things trying to stop them. This is 2 and infantry. This is Wilk over here. One more coming in. These tanks are quite nice, Polish tanks. 15 armor, 18 AP, 7 accuracy, a nice 10 rate of fire. So it's quite nice tanks for 90 points. But against Leopard 2A4 is going to be pretty hot. One flank hint. What a nice shot here by the Polish tank. One Leopard 2A4 is only at 1 HP left. Will it be killed? One T-72 Wilk has been destroyed by the Leopards, but they are pulling back and will try probably to repair the Leopard that has been totally, well, nearly slaughtered by the nice shots by the Polish tank. Back in the middle, nothing really interesting to report. The commandos here are still holding position. A lot of infantry squads have been sent in. Starfighter coming in with its rockets trying to kill transport, but it can't even kill that. And Freedom Fighter getting out. Yeah, getting out, but this one shot right above the lake and crashing into the water. Well, the fake water. Canadian rifles have been sent in once again to try to take the position over here, but they are met with Selkares and other Selkares over here. They are just going to get slaughtered once again. And the Canadian player hasn't managed to take the position over here and is just now staying on a defensive line with ADATs and infantry recon. And the Chimera is still here. Yep, we still have the Chimera. That's a weird auto vehicle, yeah, no. So, that's it. Both teams have controlled their flank areas. Both middle sectors are controlled here by both teams. That's a nice balance, 120 to 50. I'm going to speed things up a bit. NATO players are still in a pretty bad position, in my opinion, over here. They have lost the middle buildings over here, and but they are still holding their buildings. As you can see, as soon as they move forward, they are shot at by every single direction by Reserveschützen and Commando C. It's going to be pretty hard, and TO-55s are coming in, flamethrower tanks coming in to try to burn the infantry squads. Vandals on the left. We've got the Canadian player sending in some units in the middle. So the Canadian has just left some units on the left side to defend, but apparently he's sending in all his troops in the middle to try to support his ally, his French ally here, who is having a bit of problems against the mixed Pact deck over here. And once again, the artillery shooting some supply units. And one more commander coming in, probably trying to cap the Juliet sector. Unfortunately, TO-55s have arrived. They are burning down the last Canadian rifles, and nothing will be able to protect the commander here against the TO-55. The Gazelle is coming in, but it probably will know it just survives the anti-air and the planes, but the Aquila is coming in and killing the M201 PC and one other unit on the ground here. So that's one commander lost, and the +1 from the NATO players has been stopped. So for now it's pretty much balanced, and even if I'd give a bit of advantage to the Pact players who have more points and have, well, captured Delta now, and who have a bit of an advantage here, they are still continuing to push. Commandos here, Reserveschützen and Spadocconazes are coming in. The Chasseurs and the Legionnaires are defending as they can. They are still pretty good units, but they are outnumbered, especially with these guys over here. They managed to pull back these units, but flames over here on the Chasseurs are dealing a lot of damage. They have to pull back on this area here where there is no flames. They are still able to shoot at the enemy infantry. The Legionnaires have been slaughtered pretty bad there for the NATO player. Fernspar is killed over here too. They are overwhelmed on the right side and on the left side. On the right side, the NATO player is trying to react, sending in some reinforcements over here, but he loses his recon, and the Leopards 2A4s have to pull back or be shot or have to deal with the ATGM problem over here. No more offensive here. The Pact player is just waiting, just as the NATO player. It's a bit of a shame. The Pact has a lot of tanks, T-62s, T-80A, T-62s. Same over here, T-80A coming in. So there's a lot of units over here, but nothing is done with them. Everything is going on the middle and a bit on the right side of the map right now. Foxtrot is still held by the NATO players, sorry, but once again the Pact players are pushing forward. The Legionnaires have been killed here. The Chasseurs are in a really bad position. We've got Spadoconers here, we've got flamethrower tanks here. The Morskaya Peyota have overwhelmed and taken position on the left side. It looks like the NATO players are losing the battle for the middle of the map. One more commander sent in over here and they will definitely have the advantage over there. Speeding things up a little, still nothing on the left, still this little fight in the middle, and on the right side, well, more and more tanks are amassing over here. We've got a small little offensive going on, Leopard 2A4s moving forward, supported by some recon, some Flak Panzers A1 as anti-air, and Roland 2 also coming in. There's nothing much the Pact players have to stop this offensive, maybe a bit of choppers, but there are some good anti-air units. It looks like the NATO players who are losing the battle in the middle have decided to start pushing on the right side to compensate their losses in the middle. They are at the Pact players have a +1 advantage, maybe more when this commander will arrive on Juliet, and it's not looking like the NATO players will be able to push back this offensive. So they really have to do something, and their decision has been to attack on the right side to compensate and try to cap this 4-point sector. 1WD-43 commander is right here. It is not an armored commander, and if it is detected by the tanks and the Luch, it will be slaughtered. Will the Leopard see? Yes, the commander is killed, and that's +3 points for the NATO players who have managed to kill the commander on a pretty big sector over here. It's the Pact players who haven't been paying much attention apparently, and they have lost a strategic commander. They will have to send one in quickly if they don't want to lose that much points. NATO players, Pact players reacting, they kill 2 Leopards thanks to the ATGMs over here, the helicopters. One more plane is coming in with its missiles over here, killing a Flak Panzer A1, killing a second one. Will they be avenged? And the plane looks like it's gonna get out of it without being killed, losing only 1 HP. That's pretty nice. One helicopter coming in trying to kill the recon. Killing the recon, the Marder Rolando will probably retaliate, but they still are panicked and have a hard time reloading their machine. So for now, one more commander sent in. The Rolando is firing and just dealing a lot of damage, but not killing the helicopter. One more is coming in and will probably do a lot of damage. 1 HP left. What will happen? It's a nice duel here, and it looks like the Rolando will get killed, and there we go. One commander sent in on Charlie, and the NATO players continuing the push and sending more French troops over here. It looks like, yeah, here we go. We've got the Canadian player that has stopped defending over here since the Pact player isn't moving at all. So the Canadian player has relocated his troops over here trying to defend the area. Meanwhile, the French and German players have concentrated on the right side. We've got some French troops coming in, the VLR Mistral, which is an anti-air vehicle. We've got the AMX-10 RC Surblindé, which is a light tank, but very fast and and quite good for its price. We've got some transport, we've got some German anti-air, German tanks, so a French and German composition here trying to push on Charlie, while the Canadian troops try to do their best to defend the Foxtrot area over here. Back on the left side, well, that's a bit of a problem. The NATO players can defend with minimal units since the Pact players aren't even attacking, and that's in this game honestly one of the biggest mistakes of the Pact team. They have a lot of troops on this side of the map, and they aren't using them. They have done a really nice job in the middle over here. They have captured Hotel and Juliet. They have a commander ready to capture Delta once they kill the commander over here, which is just a matter of time. There's nothing left here to defend, and the artillery is shelling. Missing right now, but it will kill it eventually. And Foxtrot is in a really bad position also. They have a armored commander here ready to capture it, the commander Leopard C1, a Canadian commander. So the NATO players can still hold a bit, but the Pact players have done a tremendous job here Over here, unfortunately, they are just wasting a whole lot of tanks. TATA, 1, 2 of them, 3, 4, T72, 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's all. TO5, a lot of units are here and just sleeping, waiting for God knows what. Back on the right side, one new commander has been sent in, the WD-43, the same as before, an unarmored commander has been sent in to capture Charlie, but the NATO players aren't discouraged. They are continuing the offensive on this side of the map. The AMX 10RC surblindé, the VAB 2013 with the ATGM Milan F1 in them are trying to deal as much damage as they can. They are killing the infantry and the troops on the right side. Meanwhile, on the left, we've got the Leopard 2A4s, the Panzergrenadier moving forward, supported by some anti-air, the VLR Mistral, and everything else is moving forward. We have a nice composition with recon helicopters, with ground recon over here, with heavy tanks, with anti-air, with autocannon anti-air, with missile anti-air. The Mi-24 is getting killed by the Mistral here. It has a very slow rate of fire, only 6, but a nice precision, a nice accuracy 12, and a nice HE 6. These helicopters have 10 HP, so they are quite tough, but it's still able to do a lot of damage. Leopards moving forward, supported by the Flak Panzer A1, shooting at the helicopter here. Only 1 HP left, and it will go down. Here it goes. Leopard 2A1 taking hits from the Conquest and the T-72 Wilk. So for now, NATO players are pushing forward. They seem to be able to deal with the packed forces, but it's going to be quite tense. Back in the middle of the map, the Canadian forces have been able to recapture the Foxtrot sector, which is really nice. The Canadian rifles are pushing forward, supported by some Vandus and some helicopters over here, and Centurion Mark 11. They are pushing forward and doing all they can in their power, all they can to capture and secure Foxtrot sector as long as possible. We right now have a +2 advantage for the packed players. They have these 2 sectors more than the enemy, so +2, and they have more than double the price, nearly 3 times the points than the NATO team. But the NATO team are pushing forward on the right side and may be able to do something with their offensive. We'll see. No, well, the pack players are sending in reinforcements, but not that much actually. It's just a couple of T-72s coming in, a bit of T-64BU. Well, that's quite heavy. But the Leopard 2A4 may deal a lot of damage here. They are moving forward. 1 hit, 2 hit points killed, 6 left. More shots, 1 more hit, 3 left. But the Leopard 2A4 is in a bad position, and some artillery shells are coming forward, killing, no, not killing, but stunning the Flak Panzers. And the second hit, no kill. 1 T-64BV is killed. The Leopards are pulling back. Ooh, nice luck here by the Leopard 2A4. The ATGM just missed, and the Leopards are going into the forest to protect themselves from the USSR missiles. Panzergrenadiers here have taken position, killing a few units and taking some supply in the process. Quite nice. 1 T-64BV coming in, but it is not well managed by the packed players. It is showing its flank to the enemy units, and all the ATGMs will just probably kill it. That's it. The Gazelle Hots have slaughtered the T-64BV. That's a big loss for the packed players. They don't have a lot of these tanks, and it looks like most of their heavy tanks are out of the game. We have a Polish player here. He is nearly out of Wilk tanks, so it's going to be pretty hard. On the left side, well, all the Russian tanks have been sent here for nothing right now. They aren't moving. It's pretty frustrating to see all these forces doing nothing while they are getting destroyed on their left flank over here. So for now, the packed players are still holding. They have still +2 thanks for these 2 sectors, but with a few infantry forces, the Canadian is able to hold right now, sending in more infantry squads. I don't know how much he's got left, but he is sending more of them in the battle, so he will be able to hold Foxtrot for at least a few more minutes. And looks like the commander is pulling back, and it's pulling back. They have a VAB PC in the sector contesting the area, so for now it's pretty much a good game for the NATO players able to come back in the game. They have a +2 right now. They are coming back in the game. Unfortunately, the VAB PC isn't that armored and is in the open. It might take a lucky hit. Artillery shots coming in. Will they kill the VAB PC? Let's see. VAB PC. killed with the first shot. That's a lot of damage, and the Pact players will retake the area, but Fence Powers have come in and are shooting at the commander. The commander is in a bad position and is shot by the Leopard 2A1 in the flank. The Charlie sector has definitely been lost by the Pact players, so that's a really nice thing for the NATO players if they manage to recap Charlie with the commander. They are sending one right now as I speak. It's gonna be really nice for them, and well, 172 K1 is coming in also, but if the NATO players capture the sector, it's gonna be pretty hard for the Pact players. Pact players have lost Charlie, but NATO players have lost Foxtrot, allowing a +4 for the Pact players. Or probably not, no. They had a +4, but now it's a display bug. The commander, where is the commander? The commander has no, the commander is still here, but the Pact players have managed to push it out a bit, and here it is, it's back in the area, so still holding the sector, and the NATO team has a +2. They have lost these two sectors for 2 points, but have uncapped this one 4 points, making a +2 difference, 124 points to 361. They are still way behind, but they are now earning points, so that's a pretty nice move for the NATO players. Really nice counter-offensive on the right side. If they manage to go even further, it's gonna be a real slaughter. And the game going on, it's been more than 30 minutes now that we are playing. The Pact players, well, both teams are starting to run out of units, and I'm not sure the Polish deck will be able to send in more tanks to hold the line, so it's gonna be up to the USSR players to hold the line, and one of them has sent all his tanks. Yeah, I'm repeating myself, but I'm just frustrated to see all these heavy tanks here just doing nothing. This is one of the mistakes the Pact players are doing right now. They have the lead in the game, but they aren't trying to push it further. They are putting some pressure over here, immobilizing one entire Canadian player, but both other players are able to push over here, since over there nothing is happening. Back on the Charlie sector, where all the action is taking place, we've got a few heavy tanks, 72 and 64 BV, still here to defend the area. Unfortunately, it's taking hits from the flank by the Leopard 2A4. Nice move here. It's shooting at the 2A1, but taking flanks by the 2A4s, and it's a really bad position. It's pulling back, but will probably get killed later on. And here we go, one more D64 BV killed. That's another big loss for the Pact players. They are gonna be out of units quite quickly if they continue losing units like that. And here we go, Charlie capped by the NATO players, +4 points for the NATO players, and they are going to come back really quickly in this game if the Pact players aren't able to capture Foxtrot, to attack November, or to retake Charlie. It's going to be really interesting. That's one really nice thing with the Conquest game. We would never have seen an offensive like that in the destruction game mode. Well, rarely actually. And when two teams are really balanced, we have really nice games with the Conquest game mode. Don't get me wrong. It still has some big flaws, especially depending on the maps on which you play. But on some maps like this one, it's really interesting when both teams are of well, when the game is pretty tense. Flank Panthers moving forward, killing a helicopter over here. Leopard 2A4 is coming forward. As you can see, they are sending one more tank here, but they have, apart from this one, they have no more tanks to defend the area. It's a huge plain. They have no buildings. No infantry ATGM is really possible to send in, or they're gonna get slaughtered by the tanks. They only have a few helicopters and one tank. I'm guessing they are really out of units by now, and it's going to be a really tough game. Well, really tough. Well, the last 15 minutes, you're going to have to hold the line, and I'm not sure they'll be able to do it for that much time. TC2K1 that was sent to recap the area can't even go back in, since the area is totally into the hands of the NATO players, of the German and French combination. They are working hand in hand to push back the Pact invaders. Just that story in the game. The Canadian troops have still control of the area. No control. They still managed to put their commander in the area, the Pact players contest the area with one commander over here. So for now, the NATO player, the Canadian player is still able to hold as he can, and well, he's doing quite a good job, I may say so. On the right side, still the nice offensive here. We've got a nice French and German assault at the GM Milan F2, AMX Harpon, Leopard 2A4, VLR Mistral killed, unfortunately, but still kills the helicopter in return. One napalm plane getting shot or not? Nope, getting away. And burning to death the ATGM Milan F1. I love the shots of these guys. It's so beautiful to watch. And well, for now the Pact players hold. They sent in some planes, they burned a bit the troops, splitting a bit the enemy army, but they are, well, this is really where you can see that they are in a bad position. The Russian player is sending in T-64As to hold in the plains against, in the open ground, against Leopard 2A4s. That really shows you that the Pact players are starting to really get out, to really run out of troops, and they are sending in everything they've got. They've got basic T-72s, T-64As, not bad tanks, but really, well, not top-end tanks either, so they've got no more T-80As, they've got no more T-62 Wilks. Everything is immobilized over there for some sort of reason, and the NATO players are able to start pushing into the Gulf sector thanks to even small units like the AMX-10 RC surblindé. They are really light, but they still manage to do quite a nice job. T-64A is coming in, T-72 here. What have we have left as heavy tanks? Well, nothing actually. It's just small T-72 and T-54 tanks. I thought I saw a BV. Yeah, there's one BV over here, but it's still only 7 hit points. And another thing that is pretty bad is the supply troops. One plane has come in and destroyed supply trucks. It's not a bad move actually, since, well, they are running out also of supplies, and if they manage to cut out all their supplies, they're going to be in really bad situations. They are heavily relying on helicopters right now to defend their position. Me4AV, Me24V, W over here, Me24V over here. So they are heavily relying on helicopters, and these guys, as you may know, use a ton of supplies. So if you kill the supplies, the helicopters are going to be useless at one point. And here we go, one more offensive. We've got the Canadian army sending in more troops with the ADATs over here. They may need more NTS, so they call their Canadian friends to send in one of his ADATs. We've got some VAB VDA doing some anti-air also. The Leopard 2A4s are pushing forward and supported by some Leopard 2N1s. The French troops have sent in some ATGM infantry with some ATGM vehicles with the VAB Mephisto, quite nice vehicles with nice ATGMs. Jaguar 2s are coming in also with their big ITOs. It's going to be a really bad, really tough war here for the Soviets. As you can see, they are pulling back. They were holding over here and over here in this little tree line, but they are pulling back. They have pulled back over here. The T-64As are sent in to try to take back some ground, but the Leopard 2A4s and the ATGMs will probably slaughter them quite easily. As you can see, all the ATGMs are going forward. The T-64A is just shot in one hit. More ATGMs coming in, and another T-64A is killed. They are in a really bad position, and the Russians are just pulling back. They can't do anything to stop the NATO offensive. Back in the middle, the Canadian forces are still holding heroically in front of the Pact offensive. Well, the Pact offensive has more or less stopped. They are concentrating on this area, and on this side, once again, why aren't they attacking? It's pretty, well, it's really puzzling. I mean, they are totally losing ground here. They have +4 for the NATO. They have gone back in front in terms of points, and quite by a quite nice margin, 510 points to 361. The Pact players should react by finishing the offensive over here, or at least starting one over here, but they aren't doing anything. They are losing ground. It will be really hard to recapture Charlie, even impossible, and they will probably lose Gulf if it continues like that, so they really need to react, and I don't see that right now. And if they react too late, they won't be able to catch up in terms of points. Only 10 minutes left, and well, it's pretty hard. The Aquila coming in, killing a Leopard and a VAB Mephisto over here. Nice shot by the Aquila. Really nice helicopter with its 3,325 meters ATGM. Unfortunately, it has only 2 of them, so it needs a heavy supply support. One more coming in trying to shoot. Leopard still moving forward. We've got Leopard 1A5, Leopard 2A1s. They are moving forward, and the pack team, as you can see, has no more tanks. We've got a T-72 M1 Jaguar over here. We have a Wilk over here, but these guys aren't going to be enough to hold the ground. More T-72s coming in, helicopters coming in, but they are being shot at by the ADAT. One really nice anti-air unit coming in. One helicopter killed by the ADAT. One more missile, and missile takes... Nope, nothing more. ADAT's being shot at, but still alive, and one more missile shot. And 2 helicopters with its AOE effect, area of explosion, of effect, sorry. And the commander in the area pulling back. It is probably shelled, no, we thought maybe. It is pulling back, it knows it's in a bad position here, it is pulling back, allowing, during these few seconds, the NATO players to have +11, and even more than pushing even more their advantage. And here we go, the pack player on the left side finally reacts, but he reacts in a quite weird way. He sends in everything and moves fast. He should organize his offensive. He has a huge advantage. He doesn't really know that, but he has a huge advantage. He has really nice tanks, flamethrower tanks, T-72s, T-80As. Well, one of them has been killed. That's a bit stupid. And here we go. And the problem is he is attacking, but in a chaotic way, and not with everything. He's left some T-80As over there, 2 of them. He's left a BMPT. He's left a T-80A over there. I mean, you are in a bad position. You are losing the game, and you are going to lose gold if it continues like that. So you need to react, and you really need to react quickly. It was a bit too long, and you don't send everything in. You should send everything in and capture the damn sector. Sending in commando, I don't know, but the pack players are in a bad position here. They are killing a lot of units, but they are not really into the full Conquest game, or they haven't captured the Foxtrot yet. It looks like they are starting to really put some pressure and finally having the commander into range, but for now it's not the case. Back over there, the NATO players are still pushing forward. We have the French troops over here with the Harpoon and the VDAA coming in, and Harpoon's coming in with the ATGMs, and not even hitting the Afghansky. Well, I mean, they are calm, but I mean, it's just Ace H11 TCA ATGM, so... Oh, they were shooting at the USA, okay. NATO players still pushing forward, and it's a really big menace on Gulf. Back on November, the German player has holding some troops. We've got some, well, Canadian tanks, French ATGM jeeps, and German prototype tanks with a nice gun and a nice autocannon in the forest. It's really good against other tanks. So a nice three-nation combination here by the 3 players, sending in each a bit of units to hold the ground, and the highly disorganized offensive from the packed player here has been stopped with a few units, and allowing the NATO players to still hold the ground right here. And oh yeah, well, a lot of supply is used during the game. They are able to hold the area here while still attacking over here, and there we go. There is no more commander in the area. It has been killed, and well, that is a big blow for the packed players. Plus 11 for the NATO players. 868, 879 points against 361 for the NATO players. They are in a really good position, and even if the packed players well, counter-attack, it's going to be really tough for them to recapture all those points in less than 6 minutes. Their offensive on November has been totally stopped. They still have some tanks here. What on earth are they doing with them? Yeah, the NATO players have really well reacted over there. Their commander is totally alone, but is still holding the area. The Leopard C1 has been killed. That's it. The Canadian player has done its job really well, and it is just at this time that the Foxtrot area is in the hands of the packed players. So really nice move. Back on Gulf, the T-62K1 recaptured the area, hopefully, but a VAP PT is coming in to re-give the advantage to the NATO players, and they have less than 50 points to win. Plus 11 points for now, and once this guy arrives, it's going to be plus 18 points, so basically an instant win. BRDM2U was coming in, but the offensive went badly, and the tanks just pushed back the Pact offensive. More tanks are coming in. Unfortunately, the 1,000 point limit has been reached and the NATO players win the game. 45 minutes and 47 seconds, 10,000 kills to 10,000 losses. Really tough game and really interesting one in Conquest game mode. You wouldn't see that in Destruction. So I'm really happy with the game. It was really interesting with a nice heroic defense in the middle, nice counter-attack on the right flank, and overwhelming the Pact forces by the French, German, and then Canadian troops. It was really nice. I hope you guys liked it, and see you next time for a new commentated replay on Wargame Island Battle. See you!